I thought we got our butts kicked pretty good yesterday, even though we outshot them, and in the 5-on-5, I think we performed better, etc.
Boswell has an interesting take, though, in the Washington Post about we had the better of it in the first 2 games. He points to kind of the flukiness of the late goals that I don't know how you take that away, but didn't Kuzi score with like 2 seconds left in one of the games?
I can't remember.
The end of the period.
The end of a couple periods. I think that happened a couple times.
They've also scored like in the first 30 seconds.
Ovi scored with, I think, 5 seconds or less in one of the periods in one of these games.
Right. I know this, just watching it, and again, I'm just a casual observer that gets really geeked up for the playoffs. And it's hard for me to get as excited during a regular season, right? Pays casual attention.
You know what? You're normal.
Yeah.
Because take a look at the ratings of the Caps in the regular season and take a look at the ratings of the Caps in the postseason.
Dramatically
This is what everybody does.
Is it dramatically different?
It's like tenfold.
I'm one of the dogs that gives them ratings during the regular season.
Yeah,
That's right.
I probably watch 90% of the Caps games during the regular season.
Yeah, I pay attention slightly.
Right.
Okay, but in the playoffs, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And to my
You're
eye,
like 90%.
To my eye, though, I didn't feel like we had the same sense of urgency in Game 3 as we did in Game 1 and 2. I didn't see it from the very beginning. And when Roenick was killing them after the first 2 periods, I happened to agree with him.
I didn't take issue with what he was saying, especially when he had video evidence of what appeared to be Dmitry Orlov lollygagging up against the boards with the puck.
Right.
Sloppy play in the defensive end.
Yeah, that was a killer.
Failure to clear on a power play when the puck is basically on the tape of your stick, Brooks Orpik. And I know Orpik takes a lot of abuse, and I would never say this to his mom. And he would squash me like a bug. But I'm sorry, you have to clear that puck. Right. You have to get it out of your zone.
Right.
5 seconds later, of course, it's on Stamkos' stick, and then it's behind Holtby.
Tampa's coach, John Cooper, also pointed to the fact that Tampa got a lead, and his theory is the Caps, and I would guess most teams are like this, play much better and differently when they have a lead, that it's tough to break through. And I know in the playoffs, the Caps, the vast majority of the games, they've gotten out to the 1 zippy lead.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's why this playoff run's had a little bit of a different feel. All right, let's bang out some of these calls. How concerned are you? Do you have comments on last night's game? Obviously, they took too many penalties. Can't continue that. If you give your opponent 6 power play opportunities, you're going to lose, I would say, 80% of the time?
Maybe 100% of the time.
I just don't know how you can overcome that. Let's go to...
You can overcome it if they don't have a good power play, but that is not the case with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Right.
Their power play is really good, and I hate to say this. As a Caps fan, their power play is fun to watch. They move the puck around amazingly.
Boom, boom, boom.
They do it. Now, the Caps have a very good power play, too. They're fun to watch, but I don't like watching it because that means my team is up against it, but their power play is impressive.
Caps' power play is even better when Backstrom's part of it. And
That's
maybe
true.
they bring him back onto the ice tomorrow night.
If he's signing autographs, if he's skating, if he's practicing, what are we doing here?
Les Broom signing.
What are we doing?
How about, isn't your hand broken?
Yeah.
Les Broom signing. Rest your stupid hand. Don't sign brooms with a Sharpie. You should have your hand like...
Right.
It's just getting it ready for the next game.
It's almost must-win Game 4. That's how quickly things can change.
Oh,
because
I think it is must-win.
Would you go so far as to say whoever wins Game 4,
win.
Whoever wins Game 4 wins the series?
Well, it completely gives home ice back to the Lightning.
All that hard work you did in the first 2 games, up in smoke, light it on fire.
I never buy into must-win unless it's an elimination game.
Must-win. Game 4 must-win for the Capitals.
It feels pretty close to it. Obviously you can still overcome it because you have games to play. But I'm big, and I know JP's not, I'm big on psychological factors.
Right.
I'm big on it. And I think that if they lose that is a big, big blow psychologically.
Game 4 is the BGOS. Biggest game of the series.
No doubt. There's no doubt about it. Nobody could argue that.
No doubt whatsoever.
So far, nobody can argue that. Let's go to...
Put that on a T-shirt, Valdez.